Morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Scarlett. Heavy rains over the weekend only worsening Mississippi River flooding. Ashley Richmond is live in Davenport where the rising river has already claimed some streets. Hey Ashley.
Emily, I'm here on South Concord Street in Davenport, and although the rain has let up for a minute this morning, the Mississippi has already started spilling out over the street here, making it virtually impossible for cars to get through. Now, flooding isn't uncommon here in the Quad Cities, but with more rain on the way, we could be seeing even more scenes like this as the week wears on. Now, the river's already at minor flood stage in Rock Island right now at 15.8 feet, and it's forecast to hit moderate flooding by early tomorrow morning and crest at 16.8 feet on Thursday. Now, one place to keep an eye on this week is Burlington. The Mississippi River there is already 2 feet above flood stage, and levels are expected to rise another 3 feet or more later this week. Now, the rain keeps falling and area cities are preparing. The city of Davenport has already installed flood panels at Modern Woodman Park, and the Credit Island Causeway was covered with water all weekend and is still closed this morning. Now, we just spoke with the Davenport Police Department, and they want to remind drivers to never drive into standing water. Just 18 inches is all it takes to float a car. Now, police also want to warn people to stay out of any bodies of water, even smaller bodies of water like the Duck Creek. In flooding cases like this, standing water can become contaminated with bacteria, sewage, and all sorts of chemicals that can really be a damage to your health. And like in any emergency, make sure you're stocked up with plenty of bottled water and stay tuned to the CBS4 weather team for all the latest updates. Reporting live in Davenport, Ashley Richmond, CBS4 News This Morning.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, drivers can breathe a little easier with delays in the Centennial Bridge closure. Construction was expected to begin today. However, Illinois DOT now says they'll wait until after the 4th of July holiday. With repairs and closure of the Centennial Bridge, drivers should expect traffic congestions on the other intercity bridges, the Government Bridge and I-74. Bridge repair will include transverse beam replacement. Firefighters in Milan spent hours putting out a house fire last night into early this morning. It started around 9:30 in the 2000 block of 54th Avenue in the home's garage. A couple was present when the fire started but was able to get out safely. Firefighters from Coal Valley, Kelowna, and Andalusia all came out to assist. It took the crews hours to put out the flames.
Everybody got out of the house. We had problems fighting the fire because of the type of structure it was. So there's several different layers of material that we have to get through, and so it's just a little bit harder to put out this type of fire.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. A Davenport family is now homeless after a fire tears through their house. Davenport officials tell us the call came in at about 11:30 a.m. yesterday on the 2100 block of Bell Avenue. It took crews a few hours to knock the flames down. 2 adults and 1 child were all able to get out of the house safely, but the home is no longer livable. The Red Cross is helping that family with a place to stay. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but officials tell us it may have involved the misuse of smoking devices. A group of golfers overcoming the odds yesterday at the Arsenal Islands annual golf tournament. Chris Langlois shows us how this round of golf may be unlike anything you've ever seen.
At first glance, it seems like a normal day at the golf course, but for the golfers, the practice and the motivation it takes to get here is anything but. When Richard Schatzer lost his arm 11 years ago in a work accident, his life changed. Wondering if he'd ever play golf again, a gift from his children sent him a clear message.
I lost my arm right before my birthday. For my birthday, they bought me a new pair of shoes, so I had to go out and play.
With his new pair of golf shoes, he learned the game again.
Took about 2 years to get, where I could really get the ball good with one hand and get everything back into sync.
And 11 years later, he's showing his skills at the Quad Cities amputee golf outing.
Good par.
The second annual event features 24 golfers from around the country who come to the Arsenal Island golf course.
Nobody's ever done one here, so last year we decided to have one because the Quad Cities has so much to offer and we've got a beautiful course here.
The event coordinator, an amputee himself, wants the tournament to be about living life to the fullest.
If you want to sit in a wheelchair, well, that's what's going to happen to you. If you want to get out and do what you did before, it's very possible.
You can tell it's possible just by taking a look at the passion and the scorecards of the golfers that come to play.
We just have a good time. It's a good bunch of people. We enjoy each other's company.
It's not really about pars or bogeys. It's about friends coming together to tell their stories and give each other support. Chris Langlois, CBS4 News this morning.
Thank you, Chris. The tournament is a part of the Midwestern Amputee Golf Association, which holds outings in almost every Midwestern state. Illinois voters have a chance to make their voices heard on raising the minimum wage. Governor Pat Quinn officially signed off on adding a question to the November 4th election ballot. The question would ask voters if the government should raise minimum wage to $10 an hour by 2015. While the results would not directly affect the law, Governor Quinn says it would give Democrats the support they need to pass the move through the legislature. Minimum wage in Illinois is currently $8.25 an hour. Today marks the beginning of Lightning Safety Awareness Week. This is an awareness campaign to learn about the lightning hazards of summer and the preparedness actions you should take when storms threaten. During the week, FEMA's Region 5 office in Chicago will distribute lightning safety tips as well as information about protecting your property in a storm and staying safe while outdoors. For more information, you can visit FEMA's Twitter or Facebook page, check out their app or their website, now listed on your screen. Good morning to you, Anthony, and happy Monday. So after, we had really two sides of Sunday yesterday, some sunny skies and then some storms. Now I know that we've really got some flooding concerns to keep an eye out for.
That's right. We picked up several inches of rain to the north of us late last week, and then we picked up the heavy rain in the Quad Cities this week, and all of that water has to go down the Mississippi River.
Yep, and we'll have more later in the show on what you should do to stay prepared for those potential flood concerns.
That is true, and we'll keep an eye on the forecast here locally this week because we do have more showers and storms in the forecast. But, we always have to keep an eye on what's going on up in Minnesota and Wisconsin and the Dakotas, too, because a lot of the water makes its way down this way. Right now, we're also dealing with some fog across the area. Visibility is down to a few miles across the Mississippi River Valley. And right now, we have a temperature of 67 degrees. Dew point is 66, so the air is almost saturated. Take that with the very light wind and the wet ground, and those are all good elements for fog to develop. We have visibility down to 2 miles in Clinton, 3 miles in the Quad Cities, 2.5 miles at Cedar Rapids and Fairfield, and visibilities could drop a little bit more here in the next hour or so before things start to improve. We do see some light rain to the north of us and some heavier showers off to the southwest of us, now just to the north of Mount Pleasant, and these are pretty isolated in nature. But look at the heavier rain showers now off to the east of us over near Kewanee and also across southern Bureau County. We have some very heavy rain. You can see all the yellow showing up, and this is slowly moving off to the north. So right now, we are seeing it cross Interstate 80 and make its way northward there. So eastern Bureau County getting in on some heavy rain early this morning. You can see how these showers have developed over the past 6 hours. And as we widen the view, more rain is off to the south of us. But scattered showers and thunderstorms early this morning, right now mostly to the east of the Quad Cities. For today, we will see a high temperature, make it up to 83 degrees. We'll be dealing with that fog early this morning. And then the scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's not to rule out a little bit of sunshine today. We could be seeing sun break through the clouds today, but more showers and storms will be forming. And with all the tropical air in place, any of the showers and storms that develop today and tonight, it could drop some very heavy rain in a short period of time, just as we saw yesterday.
Wow, certainly something to keep an eye on. But I will say that the start of the summer season was a nice one on Saturday.
It was very warm temperatures this weekend, and we even have some warmer temperatures coming up by next weekend, and we'll have that 7-day forecast on the way.
Just a few days to wait, I guess, which isn't so bad to ask for.
No, it'll stay warm all this week, but it'll get even warmer for the weekend.
All right, well, hopefully we can get some dry weather in there.
Let's
too.
hope so.
The Strolling Colon is making a stop at Trinity to raise colon cancer awareness. Our live guest is up next.
Stay with us. You're watching CBS4 News this morning. The time now is 6:11.
You're watching CBS4 News this morning at 6 with Emily Scarlett and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is CBS4 News this morning.